my eyes watering.
Yeah.
I took a big swig of that coffee, and it was about 7,361 degrees.
That'll do it to you.
And
You're crying. That's sweet.
I'm crying.
You're crying.
It was hot, Mike Coy.
I read today on like one of those little hacks of life. You're supposed to put a little pool of spit right there before you start to sip something.
Makes sense. That's kind of what I do. I would have needed a lake.
Blow a little bit, yeah.
A bathtub would have helped.
A lake
me
of
out.
ice water.
Holy moly. I'm watching this guy catch a bass, bro. Oh, you see it.
Oh, yeah. All right, Rodney,
Okay.
we got a show to do here. Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to kill your microphone.
You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Bada bang. Good evening. Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. I am Rodney Rogers. My man himself, Mike the Man, Co-Chiefs in Crime. Mike Coy.
That's our lead-in music. I'm working on it in my head.
Are you? You going to play it? I'll play the drums. Okay. And you'll get to hang out with us for the next hour. We have a ton of stuff to talk about. We've got some things we're going to do. We got some questions for the air. We got a ton of stuff. This is going to be a jam-packed hour. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. Met some awesome people over the week. I gave away some locations to my fishing holes, my secret fishing holes, so we're going to be talking about that tonight. And it's just going to be, an awesome secret fishing hole.
You always do that, though.
Secret fishing
You have no
hole.
problems with giving away your
Sometimes
secrets.
I give away my secret fishing hole and we don't actually catch fish, so people don't go back because they're like, you know what, your secret fishing hole is not so good.
And they're like, wait a minute.
Wait
We've been wallygagged.
We've been hoodooed right here. So, Mike,
Have you ever? You wouldn't do that, right? Though.
No, because I like catching fish too.
Yeah.
I would legitimately.
I mean, you wouldn't steer somebody to the wrong place.
Well, if somebody pulled
20
up to
miles
me,
down this way,
right?
And then,
If they came up and said, "Hey," I didn't know them, and they said, "I'd like to know where your secret fishing hole is," and I'd say, "Well, you take the blue road." 37 miles, you'll see
depends if you like the people, I guess.
Yeah. And that, you know what? And it's often, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, secret holes are very touchy. If someone gives me a location of a secret hole, I will never give out that location. It'll be top secret. But
I think that's the show title tonight. Secret holes are very touchy.
Secret hole are very That's actually a great title. We use that in a couple of places, so let's make a T-shirt. Rodney Rogers Outdoors. Secret holes are very touchy.
What is this, Tuesday? I'm a little convoluted today.
This is our little 1-hour vacation during the week, during our hectic week, that gives us a little time to lay back and complain. Or
you know what? Maybe the intro of the show needs to be more tropical.
Like the
the
steel drums.
Yeah, vacation music.
Yeah,
maybe,
can I play those?
Yeah.
And I'll do the steel drum.
It is our vacation every week. We've had a busy week.
We have had a
Already?
super busy week. We've had, a super busy since last Tuesday. So let's
talk about the weekend.
I don't even know where to start.
Let's talk about our getting skunked.
Okay.
On Sunday.
So let's start with the weekend. Saturday, Nick and I went fishing. We wanted to do some trout and snook. Sorry about that. And so we took the canoe out to Sebastian Inlet to one of my favorite trout snook holes, and we paddled like a fool. I mean, we did some paddling. While it was a beautiful paddle, we didn't zero out. We ran into some schooling bluefish. We caught some bluefish, so it wasn't a total skunking, but it wasn't what I had hoped. We got there pretty early. Water's warming up. There's that time of year when the water warms up, fish move in different places, and I do not fish live bait. I just don't do it. It's just not my thing. I'm not that patient, so I like to chase the fish, get them riled up, and let them know something that I did right. And then from there, We came here. We edited a video. We got a video. So if you're listening, get on Rodney Rogers. If you're especially an offshore guy, get on Rodney Rogers Outdoors on the YouTube. On the YouTube.
Oh,
not their YouTube. And look up, right now it's like one of the first videos.
Yeah.
It's called Easy
Ballyhoo.
Yeah.
Easy
yeah,
ballyhoo
simple
rig.
ballyhoo.
Yeah, simple
rigs.
ballyhoo. And if you, again, just save confusion, if you go straight to the Rodney Rogers Outdoors page, first of all, that video is on the homepage.
Oh, okay, that's right.
But there's also a link there to all of your social outlets, to your Facebook and your
Let's make it simple.
YouTube. Yeah.
RodneyRogersOutdoors.com, and man, that'll take you pictures, everything. It'll just shoot you to the whole world.
So we did a video on ballyhoo, but then on Sunday we had an opportunity to go out and put that to the test.
To the test, which...
Well, we didn't give it a good test. But
it was a little rough.
It was just, I don't know.
It's just rough, man. We do realize now that fish are camera shy. It seems like every time we put the camera in the boat,
it's me.
It's I'm thinking it's a camera.
Would now be a bad time to tell you I actually did have a banana with
yes,
me?
It would be a horrible time. Yeah.
Because Manny kept asking me, "Are you sure?
You don't have a banana?"
And I thought, how horrible would that have been if actually at the end of the day pulled out a banana?
I was really wishing I had one, to tell you the truth.
To be able to put your finger on.
And this
something.
is no lie, Mike. I was gonna buy one, just to hide it. Just keep
well,
it.
You know what? At the end of that day, wouldn't it have been so much better to actually have pulled out a banana?
Yes, and said,
okay.
"Oh."
Okay, now we have something to believe in.
And then you would get shot at.
Yeah. But at least it would have made sense for the day. But we came home empty-handed.
I think at the boat ramp they even had, that little, did you see that little square table thing with all the stuff? That's actually a banana detector. When you go through, it's like they scan your whole body for bananas.
But it was choppy. The water's a little more.
Yeah, it was rough. Just
got beat up a little bit. And
the beautiful sunrise we got to see. Most people didn't get to see that.
Yeah, we were on the water before sunrise.
So it was actually it was a good day. We seen some blue water. Didn't see a whole lot. Seen a big shark, I guess. Y'all saw it. I didn't see it.
I actually didn't see it.
Okay, then let's not talk about the shark because you and I did not see it. So there was no shark. So that was our Sunday. We kind of skunked out on that. Nothing exciting there. Now. Last week, I took a gentleman fishing. And he listens to us out of Laredo, Texas.
Okay.
His name is Onyx. We talked about him last week on the show.
We did.
And I said, I'm going to be probably meeting him up with her in the week. Well, I met up with him, and we went fishing. And we caught some bass, man. Let me tell you what. We definitely caught some bass. So he wanted to take his grandkids fishing. So that Saturday, I think that Saturday morning or that Friday morning, he took his grandkids fishing. I showed him everywhere to go, and man, they put 30 bass on the stringer from what he was telling me.
Decent sized bass too.
Yeah. He sent me pictures of some really good fish. So man, kudos to you on it. Job well done, man. I mean, super nice guy, man. I tell you, when you meet people like that from miles away, and they're fishermen, and they watch you on the website, and you don't know what you're getting yourself into sometimes, but Honest is true, legitimately, probably one of the coolest people I've met.
That's great.
He lives over by, there's a lake over there, and I just can't had it on top of my head, but a Lake Amistad that I've wanted to fish. I mean, it's been on the Bass Pro Tour, and he used to fish a Pro Tour, and he's got trophies upon trophies, and it's just been so I'm going to actually go over in April.
Well, at least you proved the point that you will share your fishing hole.
I will share my fishing hole.
With him
and our buddy Doug from Black Dog Baits over in Melbourne, he called me and says, man, what's the chances of me picking up we got a call?
We got a call. Should we answer it?
Let's take it. Let's see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you for calling Rodney Rogers Outdoors. This is Rodney.
Rodney's Onyx.
Onyx, how are you, buddy? Well, speaking of the devil, here he is right here. Onyx, how are you?
Doing good, bud. Good.
Now, are you back in Texas all safe and snug as a bug in a rug? Just in time for the hurricane?
Water's been following me everywhere I go.
That's right, because you started out here over in the rain, didn't you?
Right. So I come back home thinking I'm going to do some serious fishing, and guess what? I got a hurricane coming. So.
That'll definitely put a damper on the fishing.
Yeah, I can rent myself out to people if they want some rain in their area.
There you go. Maybe they need to ship you over to California to get some rain. Well, Onyx, I was just talking about you, man, and we're talking about you and I. We did some fishing, and, man, I think I missed a good fish that day. Came off the hook.
Definitely.
And you and I caught a few fish, and then you took your grandsons out, and you guys had an awesome day, didn't you?
Well, I tell you what, it was a fantastic day. Anytime you can spend time with your grandkids or your kid and enjoy catching fish, that's what it's all about. I can't complain. It was easy to get to, easy to find. Once I got the right direction and understood what you were talking about.
Actually, I had met up with him, and I said, listen, just park your car, hop in the truck, and then I'm going to show you some spots, to take your grandsons. Because they were spending the day, I think, at Universal. So I took him around to some of my favorite hot spots. And then, and pal, man. I showed another buddy of mine. I was just talking about it. His name's Doug from a local, or from a bait shop that we go to over on the beach. And he went out, and I caught a couple 3-pounders, I think, and then he caught a 7-pounder. And then he took his daughter out today, and I think she's like 8 or 9, and she caught a 6-pounder for her first bass. I mean,
the only thing I was disappointed with was that there was no competition out there.
Exactly. Well, yeah, Onyx is a tournament, pro, so he's. You know what I always say, Onyx, when you're fishing with someone, you're always in competition,
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're just a buddy in the back of the boat. I mean, it's that next cast, It's just you got to be the guy to catch the fish. That's.
I love to promote fishing. I do a lot here locally in Laredo, and I've gone into Mexico and done seminars on teaching how to use rod and reels and everything else. But what disappointed me about those beautiful fishing spots that you have out there is that there was no one else fishing but us.
Exactly.
And they were neighborhoods, and I guarantee you, growing up as a kid, my mom would have had to tie a chain to my ankle to keep me at the house, to keep me away from that water.
Absolutely. I agree, and I think you and I even spoke that. And I don't even think I told you this, Onyx. I have fished those ponds. I don't even recollect how many years I've done it. I have never fished them with someone on the other side of the pond, ever, not once. I mean, it's never happened. I've never crossed paths with anybody fishing, ever. I did cross paths of a guy throwing a cast net, and that was it. That was one time, and I'm talking over the last 15 years fishing those ponds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. I mean, when I was a kid, you would have to tie me down to a chair.
Well, I attribute to that same thing what we do here in Laredo. I attribute that to the electronics. I have an 8-year-old son, and it's a battle to get him out of the house to go do what I thought it was fun all the time in fishing. And but I think that we as parents can't give up on the electronics and let them dominate our kids. There's a lot to be learned, and I truly believe that a wholesome child that's in the outdoors will just to be a better citizen all around and be more productive in life.
You know what? I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah.
That's certainly, and I've said it a million times. You can bet Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't a fisherman, or he wouldn't have been the bad guy he was. I was way off base.
Wow, what? I got to stop and wrap my head around that one, Rodney.
That was just me. Just to me, the outdoors definitely teaches you values, and certainly enjoy there. And as you could see on it, some of those lakes we went to, there was trash around them. Some of them, there wasn't so much, and I try to keep up with those lakes, but it can be overwhelming sometimes.
How old were your grandkids you were fishing with?
One was 15 and the other was 13.
That's great.
But those kids, they have a tough mother. She's my daughter. She's wants them on the outdoors, wanting to learn about things, and but they do have their electronic time, but it's not all day. It's an hour here or 30 minutes there, and. I call her my yuppie because she's so much into the wholesome part of life.
That's great.
And I love seeing what she does for the kids. But I guarantee you, Rodney, if I lived in Orlando, I'd be promoting and getting kids out there. Number one, we'd clean it up, and then we'd fish it, and then we'd enjoy it. And
you know what, Honest? I think that's a definite.
That's awesome.
Something. I think you're right. We used to do seminars at the library and all that stuff. So I think it's about time we get fired up on that again.
Yeah. Well, the involvement of the kids, that's bottom line.
Amen. Honest, last thing I wanted to tell you was, man, I sure appreciate you spending time, setting some time aside for me and us doing some fishing, man. I wanted to tell you you're awesome to meet, and I'm definitely going to come see you in April.
I'm waiting for you, buddy. I'm sharpening the hooks already.
Right. Good.
I just want to thank you and let the world know that if you need help when you're in Florida, call Rodney Rogers.
Right on, brother.
My friend, thank you for everything, and because you didn't have to do it, and that's always a very much appreciated when it comes from the heart.
Thank you so much, Onyx, man. We will be seeing you again. Tell the grandkids I said hello.
I will, buddy. You all
right,
take
buddy.
care.
Bye-bye.
And great show. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And there you have it, man. I'm telling you, just good people all around the world. So,
wow.
Thank you, Onyx. I got to say that.
That's very nice.
So, Mike,
promoting. Well, first, Jeffrey Dahmer was an official.
Well,
what's
now
wrong
here's
with you?
my point.
What's wrong?
I know that was a little out there, but you're talking about
That's one of the most heartfelt conversations we've had, and you throw up Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, my point was at the end, Mike, is if you get the kids outdoors, they become somewhat wholesome people.
Yeah,
and that's where maybe Jeffrey Dahmer might have been a little strong.
You went from a 1 to a 10 immediately. But you know what? I mean, I'm a techie. I mean, I love the gadgets. I love my phone. But I too struggle with the way you just see things going. I hate to be out in public and see everybody have the phone, and
right.
You go in the gym and people are sitting on the machines with their phones in their faces, and you're walking down the streets and couples, at dinner with both of them their phone. I struggle with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I get it.
Oh yeah. I think we all do to a point.
But wow.
I've tried to make myself conscious, especially driving and when I'm with people, to try to keep my phone. Like if we go in a restaurant, most of the time I'll try to leave my phone in the truck.
Yeah. It's healthy once. At least be conscious of it once in a while.
Yeah.
If you're with your significant other, make an effort to.
Yeah.
Or your children.
Yeah.
Once in a while, set a good example because it's tough.
Everybody at the dinner table with their phones leaning up against their glasses of water.
But what a very nice call, and I mean that is great to be able to meet people who share that passion for the outdoors, and especially a gentleman like him wants to promote it and pass it on.
Oh yeah, exactly. And he's done a lot of good. Him and I were talking about, remember the reels they used to do with Zebco, the rodeo projects they used to have, and we used to do a lot of that stuff. And honestly, we've just been so busy. It's just been. I need to get back into that. I need to re-gear and refunction. So
yeah, we don't have a lot of time left to talk about top stories, but because Saturday we were supposed to go down and do some diving down at the Blue Heron Bridge down in Jupiter, Florida.
Yes.
And but I did see that there actually are some sharks that they've seen in the Blue Heron Bridge.
Really?
Blue Heron Bridge is a place in Jupiter, Florida. First of all, it's a shore dive. You walk in.
Right.
I think it's on the intercoastal, basically. Waters range from 5 to 20 feet deep, so you can stay under for a while. It's a very relaxed dive. The key with the Blue Heron Bridge dive is, though, you dive during slack tide.
Right.
Which is basically a half hour before and a half hour after high tide. And one of the main reasons is because when tide's going in and coming out, the current is so strong in there, you can't navigate it. You're going to be swept out to sea or into the boat channels, and also the water gets too shallow to really enjoy.
Exactly.
But for being 20 feet deep, basically right around a bridge area, there's a swimming area there, but the quantity of wildlife you see in that small area is phenomenal. But we were going to go down there and dive. But actually, I say sharks, but I'm actually halfway kidding. But they're putting these underwater sharks under the Blue Heron Bridge this week.
Really?
So they said, So I think it was Friday.
Right.
Yeah, so last Friday they're putting these things down there.
So we could have saw them.
Just more of an attraction, I think, something to see and
that's amazing.
To seek out when you're down there. But we were supposed to go down there, and we were going to go down in the morning, and what threw us off is when we actually looked at high tide, it was at like 6 a.m. and then again at like 7 p.m. or something like that. And it changes like an hour every day.
Right.
So next Saturday, for example, high tide's like at 10:30, 11 a.m., which would be a perfect time to go down there, get suited up, and you're ready to go in for the slack tide hour.
Yeah, because you want that sunlight to be able to see in the water.
Yeah,
and see
it would be a different
fish.
experience.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if you're gonna go dive Blue Heron Bridge, check out the tide timetables because that's gonna make.
And I'm glad you thought of because I did, and I was just I'm like.
Well, you know what I was doing. I went online. I was looking for tips on diving the Blue Heron Bridge. Because last time I was down there, we had a instructor. We were doing training.
Right.
So we were just following his lead. I'm like, we're on our own this time.
Yeah.
Let me look and see so we can do this properly. And And that's where I...
See, that's something I never do, Mike. I never take that tip in for... That's what I just get in the truck and go, just wing it when I get there.
That's how you see things other people don't see, right?
That's exactly how I see things But I tell you what I ain't seen, Mike, and I'm going to do it real quick. I ain't never seen no gator on a coon on the back of an alligator.
You know what? We're going to have to save that.
Okay.
Because that's not going to be a 2-minute conversin. I have a feeling.
Okay. No. I just wanted to bring it up. I ain't never seen that, and there's a reason. We'll talk about it.
I ain't either. In the words of Rodney Rogers, I ain't either. But are we? Oh, do we have a topic tonight? Or are we going to? That's probably going to consume our show.
We do have a show. We're going to talk about. Here's what I want to talk about real quick. Tonight, our topic's going to be sea turtles. They're in season right now. If you're in Florida on vacation, you want to check things out. I'm going to kind of tell you how to look for these guys and what to do, what not to do, what kind of turtles you're going to see, what you want to watch out for, and that kind of stuff right now. And it's right here on our East Coast. So we're going to be talking about turtles tonight, man. I just think it's that time because it is the season. If you want to see turtles, now's the time.
Okay. Well, if we get if we make it that far, we're going to talk about turtles. You have time for a few emails really quick?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely got to get these in.
Here we go.
Letters. We get letters.
We
get snacks.
You can always dance.
Of letters.
Question number 1, Rodney. This is from David from Tallahassee. Looks like it's a question on deer hunting. Can I take my young child or an unlicensed person with me while I am deer hunting?
Absolutely. In the state of Florida, I'm going to draw off my memory. I don't think I had my son in the tree stand when he was 5 years old. You don't want to give. I mean, it's up to you to give him a rifle. I wouldn't. I think it's a little too young. But I had him in the stand really early. So yeah, you could take your son deer hunting. He doesn't need a license until he's the age of 16, and then remember you have to go through the hunter safety course. But in the state of Florida, he can hunt as long as he's with an adult. He doesn't need that safety course.
He can have
certification.
Well, okay, because Dave doesn't specify. He's just saying, can I take a young child or unlicensed person with me?
16 and
But you're
under.
saying they can actually pull the trigger?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know what the age is, and I don't know if there is an age of when they could pull the trigger. It's kind of ethically. You want to kind of, obviously, you have to be with that child. I mean, you can't throw him up in a tree and say, hey, man, move, shoot it. You have to be with it. Same way with up to a 16-year-old. You have to be with it. They can hunt with you. They do not need that hunter safety course after 16 as long as they are hunting directly with you. Now, once they start hunting on their own, then they have to get a hunter safety course. So, and it's free in the state of Florida. So,
okay.
Get your hunter safety course now.
We have Alex, question from one of my favorite towns, Coffee, Georgia. He says, I've got my gator tags for this year. I've never hunted gator before, but my friend is taking me, and he has hunted gators before. Is there a place I can take the gator after the hunt to have it processed for me?
Yeah, just stay patient because once you get your tags in the mail, you're going to get bumped. The state then sends all your info to gator processing plants and all that good stuff. So you're going to get a list. In that package you got, actually, they didn't do it this year. I noticed that.
Yeah.
They didn't give you the booklet.
It was just the basics, yeah.
So get on the FWC website. You'll see the booklet they gave you. And at the back of that booklet is a list of all the processors in the state of Florida. So you want to find the one that's closest to you. They will charge you to process your meat, and they'll process it and give it to you. And if you say, hey, I want the hide, they'll ask you, do you want it skin, or do you want it for the hide itself, or do you want it to mount?
Okay.
So it makes a difference. You have to specify that.
Interesting.
Because it's all in how they cut it. So make sure you know that cut.
But that's a good point. It's June. It's the middle of June right now. June, July, August. We have 2 months basically.
2 months,
until gator hunting season.
Actually, 2 months exactly.
Yeah. And you will like you say, you'll get plenty of opportunity
They're gonna,
to buy and
they're going to send you a ton of junk mail, taxidermists, guys who want to take you out hunting. So you're going to get all that. Just be patient. It's coming in the mail. The mailman cannot wait to leave it at your front door.
He's going to have
dump it in your
plenty
box.
options for you on that question. That's a great question. Here's a question from Kristen in Altamont Springs. Say, hey, Father's Day is around the corner. That is, thank you, Kristen, for that reminder.
Yes.
I didn't forget. Yeah. That is this Sunday, Father's Day. Eric, unknown person, and I'm trying to, if I can say names wrong, are taking our dads, this is nice, to Bass Pro Shop on Saturday with a $50 gift card each to get fishing poles. We're going down to the river on Sunday. That's nice. Do you have any suggestions about some decent starter type poles?
Yes. Here's where I'm going to go with. You're going to want a spin cast reel as far as a starter pole goes. Now, you can always do the Zebcos with the clothes, but I'm going to recommend if these are dads, they're a little bit older, so you're going to want to get the spin cast reels. And there's a ton of spin cast reels in that.
Is there?
That category of, $30 to $50 that are combos. Like the one we got you was a Browning Saber or Slayer.
Yep.
That's a great reel. That was around the $40 range. So there's a ton of good poles for what you want. Now, if you're going to fish a lot, then I would say up your dollar amount on the pole, only because it lasts a little longer. You don't have to take care of it as much. But, if you're just going up every once in a while, what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you some pictures, some models of stuff that that you need to look at and just pick out the best one. You're going to want a 7-foot rod if you can, 6'6", nothing less than 6'6". You're going to want a 7-foot rod, medium action. It's kind of an all-around rod for casting light lures, and then you might even have enough to buy a couple baits, and I'll suggest a couple of those for you as well.
So start in the spin casting aisle.
Yep, spin casting aisle. Look at the rods that are around the combos, the rod and reel combos that are around that. Don't go any less than, I'm going to say, $30. Stay above the $30 range. There's a couple there that are $39 to $49 that are excellent rods. And they'll take them right up to the window at the Bass Pro Shop, and they'll string it. They'll put the monofilament on there for free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay.
They're really awesome about that. Get you a couple spinner baits, and voila. I mean, you are literally ready to go catch fish.
That's perfect.
And there you have it.
Good
It's
answer.
that simple.
Happy Father's Day.
Ladders, we get ladders. We get stacks and stacks of ladders.
Gnarly barley, come see why the whole world's singing.
What are you doing?
Dude, I am writing a song for Gnarly Barley.
I see that, but first of all, I didn't realize you could sing. Second of all, why don't you just tell the people how great the Gnarly Barley is, give them the address, and move on with the show?
Dude, have you ever had their flatbread? Their jalapeno flatbread with the cream cheese on top and the chicken and the special sauce on it. Holy moly. No, wait a minute. Obviously, by the look on your face, you ain't never had that big-time Fiesta. Jalapenos, provolone cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and again, Fiesta lime.
Okay, that's it. Shut up, Chubb. We're out of here.
Are you serious?
Come on, we're out of here.
Truly one of Orlando's hidden gems, the Gnarly Barley offers a contemporary selection of bites and brews, serving a mind-blowing selection of craft beers and original mouth-watering menu creations. The Gnarly Barley and its incredibly accommodating staff have created a place that really is difficult to put into words. So do yourself a huge favor and come see why people are singing the praises of the Gnarly Barley.
Oh, my goodness.
I told you that big-time Fiesta.
That is phenomenal. I totally get why you're trying to write a song for that.
Not as simple as you thought, huh?
No. Okay, check this out. Gnarly Barley. Come see why the whole town's singing. Gnarly Barley. Buy some brews.
located at 7431 South Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida.
With 116,000 foreclosures in the state of Florida alone as of January 2014, a quality contractor is critical to the process of returning a foreclosed house back into a home. Let me introduce you to Phillips Contracting Incorporated. They are Florida State certified and an approved REO repair vendor for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. PCI currently provides multi-level services to realtors, banks, asset managers, and private homeowners. Although they specialize in dealing with REO property repairs, they are a design-build company.
Here at PCI, we pride ourselves on professional, high-quality work. Our clients know that we're not your typical contractor. We're proud to be reliable, trustworthy partners with you. Our repair coordinators are ready to communicate with you honestly and quickly about every aspect of your project. We're here to say yes to our clients.
Phillips Contracting services Florida from Orlando to Miami. Whether you're looking for a quote, repair updates, or just want to talk business, give them a call at 941-483-3800.
Okay. And we're back.
Okay, so let's talk about a coon riding a gator.
Okay, let's talk about a coon riding a gator.
I got you, buddy.
You got me?
I got you.
So let's talk about the coon riding a gator. So anyway.
Rodney.
Yes, dear.
Have confidence.
Okay, I got it.
We got it fixed.
I just called you dear, by the way.
We got it fixed.
Did you?
Yep.
And we're back in business?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so a guy out of Ocala.
Scares this raccoon out of the bushes. The son scares it out of the bushes, jumps on the back of this alligator, and poof, they take a picture of this coon standing up on the back of an alligator, and there's the coon standing up on the back of this alligator. So, I want to point out right there, we just got thumbs up. There you go. So now we have this, in the picture that you see here, we have a live coon, a real coon. Then we have the coon in question, the raccoon in question.
How did you first see this picture? How did you see it?
I saw it on Facebook. It was traveling on Facebook. You know, when wildlife pictures come out like that, I get tagged infinitely.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
I just get, Rodney, check this out. Rodney, check this out. And everybody tagged me to check this out. And I was like, oh, cute. Now, meanwhile, I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want to be that guy, Mr. Whistleblower. You know, that's fake.
Yeah.
But the second I saw this picture, and I mean literally the second I saw it, this is the picture that made me go, okay, it's fake. I knew right away it was fake. The first thing I saw was that raccoon. You see his straight hands?
Looks like he's got rigor mortis.
Yes. Well, exactly. He does on the infinite level of rigor mortis. Here's the form he was mounted on. So
it's a T. It's
it's literally, you see the hump right here in his back? Look at this hump right here in his back. It's the same exact hump. So basically what I'm pointing out for those of you listening is I on our Facebook, Rodney Rogers Outdoors, I posted a picture, a collage of a real raccoon, of the fake raccoon, the mounted raccoon on the alligator, and then a form of which this raccoon was mounted onto. So the real raccoon, you see how his paws drop right here? That's what you're going to get out of a raccoon. So
that makes sense. Yeah,
he's checking. You see how his head is slightly up, and he's kind of looking. See how this is just tons of taxidermy mistakes.
That's a zombie raccoon.
That is a zombie raccoon. Tons of mistakes there. So if you've seen the website and you've seen my pictures, you'll see the ones that I point out. And let me point out this one. One of the first ones that I flat out pointed out is, Mike, can you see that eyeball?
You know, I struggled with seeing the eyeball, but after I looked at it, you definitely can see it.
Yeah, see how gold it is?
It's gold. It's also, that photo is in the shadow.
And it's in the shadow.
It's in the shadow.
Exactly. So here's one in the bright sunlight, as sunlight as you can get it.
And it's still black.
And it's a close-up.
Yeah.
And it's still black. Now, when you get right up on top of their eyes, like 1 inch away, you can see that gold and all those beautiful colors. But you have to be that close. You're not going to see them from 35 feet away, as bright as that is.
Wow.
Here's another telltale sign. You see this area here?
Yeah, this is what I need your explanation what
Okay.
you're talking about.
So just under the eye, at the back of the jaw. So just picture at the back of an alligator's smile, there's an area here. You see how it's just all alligator right here?
Yeah.
There's really no defining. And you see right here how real light it is?
Right.
This area is just below his eye, there's a light area. I'm going to show you what that is. Pow. In the picture of the mounted alligator, the 2 full alligators, you'll see this area. This is the area with the open jaw, and it's the area in the corner of his mouth at the back of his smile.
Kind of the webbing between his
It's the webbing,
cheek.
exactly. Well, there's a jawbone there.
Yeah.
And you only see that when the mouth is open. That is the only time. When their mouth is closed, you don't see that area.
And so what you're saying is in order to keep his closed mouth from showing in the picture, they had to tilt his head down.
High five.
You got it, man. So which is why his nostrils are actually
Mike,
under the water in that
You
photo.
are on it, Mike.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Now, this is a generic form for an alligator with a straight tail. Rarely does an alligator lay there like that with their mouth open and a straight tail. Their tail's curved, gives them balance. So when they curve that tail and their mouth is open, then it gives them balance that they need to attack or lunge. Their tail's used for everything. So when an alligator's mouth is open, they just don't kind of do that. It's just not what they do.
Yeah.
It's not how an alligator rolls. So that was the second thing I saw.
Is that also why the hump on his back is exaggerated?
So much higher. Yep, that's exactly why. Because now he's having to lift this alligator up. So, to get it in the right position. Now, I want to add that nobody can get a hold of this guy. He didn't leave a return number. They've emailed him several times to try to, hey, let's, give us a call.
And when you say they, everybody.
We're talking they, meaning...
This thing's, this USA Today, BBC, this picture, it's amazing how a photograph that anybody can put something out there and have it go worldwide.
We can do this.
That's called viral.
I know these. I could get rid of all these little idiocracies that most people would know. If this picture fools the people, the mass, I could hoodoo them, the mass, big time.
Well, the one thing I actually, because you mentioned something on the photograph, and if anybody's even listening, if you just Google raccoon riding gator,
there's the picture.
It's there.
Absolutely.
But because you mentioned the waves are coming from the bank.
Okay.
Not from the gator.
Yeah, if you look right here, you see how his nose is in the water? And look at this big ring. Oh, I'm trying to move. See that big ring starts from the back of the tree? Follow the mouse, and it goes all the way around the front of the gator. That signifies that the origin of that ring was back here in the back. Now,
it's probably standing from the person holding the gator's
trying
tail.
to hold the gator steady because the gator's floating.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there floating like this. So if that coon would have jumped, first of all, the tip of his tail is near the bank or whatever's there.
Yeah.
He would have had to jump 2 or 3 times to get to the point of this alligator where he's at.
Unless he's already ridden him 10 feet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless he's already, which...
Well, the other thing, because you did a great job of analyzing the gator,
Mm-hmm.
being Rodney the gator hunter and the gator expert, and also the form on the. Obviously, when you said that, it's like, yeah, that raccoon definitely looks like a stuffed taxidermied raccoon.
Yes.
But the comment was that they startled the raccoon. It jumped on this gator that swam out into the water. Then shortly after, it jumped off. Well, there's no place for that raccoon to jump off, first of all, right there.
Besides in the water.
And if you startle a raccoon,
right,
it's going up a tree.
Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right.
It's not going to head towards the water and take...
it's going up a tree.
It's going up a tree.
You hit it right on the head.
I used to own a raccoon.
Did you really?
Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, we used to own a raccoon for like 2.5 years.
Wow.
And trees. Number one go-to was the tree.
Absolutely.
Chase that thing out of a tree because
that's
where
where they live.
The son of a gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not buying the story for a minute. Dude, if you're listening, what's his name? Richard Parker, I believe, or something like that. John Parker.
That's Spider-Man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't
that's
Spider-Man?
right. Yeah, it was
John...
Spider-Man.
Maybe it was Clark Kent.
I know the superheroes, actually. We are very good friends. We are very good friends.
You can call in. We're live right now, by the way.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Superman. 262-345-7763.
And that's obviously we're not going to talk about turtles tonight, but that is my thing. So I was on the monsters. They were kind of not sure and kind of sure. Nobody wants to call this out for what it is.
Well, it was interesting. Before I knew anything, but I got this text from you and saying, do I want to be the guy?
You remember that text?
Something about a coon and a gator. I've still got it. About a coon and a gator. And I was busy and I forget what it was, but I didn't get back to it till after I saw you.
I'd already
become that guy.
Turn to the guy. Well, normally when I do something like that,
time was of the essence on that one.
Exactly. I always point out. I always try to get with you, and I go, "Okay, man, I'm about to blow this thing to haywire. I'm lighting the fuse. Do I cut it, or what do I do?"
Basically, you're saying the fuse is already lit. Should I put it out?
Exactly. Do I pull out my 6-shooter and shoot the fuse off? So. Mike, just out of this quick picture, let me click back on that. This is the picture I've zoomed in on the head of the alligator, and I have a close-up shot. And I did the close-up shot on purpose because you're a lot closer to this alligator than you are the one on the bottom, and you can see the eyeballs.
Yeah.
But look at the way, like I said a million times, look at the way the snout is here. And the reason, everybody looks like, they say the snout looks photoshopped. Basically what it is, it's pretty clear water. And you can actually see that gator's nose just under the water. You see how the water is actually distorting the tip of the nose visually?
Yeah. I don't think it's photoshopped.
Yeah, it's definitely not photoshopped.
I didn't see anything in the photo that looked photoshopped. I'm fairly familiar with those procedures.
And, you can see the band of his mouth. The only thing I can't see, I wish I could, is the mouth here. This photo is a poor photo.
Well, the only thing you really can't see is the guy standing behind the rock.
That's it. You hit it right on the head, man. You definitely hit it right on the head. So, that's my absolute story. I think I've proven this beyond the shadow of a doubt. Like I said, I didn't want to be that guy, but everybody's believing it. I don't ever want you to believe that a coon will ride a gator to your garbage can.
But what about the people that really did want to believe?
They got mad at me. They got
some people just want to believe.
They were like, "Can't you just let us have a happy moment?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not telling you not to believe in it. Believe in it. That's if you want to, that's go for it. But it's not true. I'm just saying it's not true. And you know what? If this guy calls me and says, "Hey, you said I was a liar," I'll be happy.
Well, the fact of the matter is, he's having his moment.
Yes.
We're having some fun with it.
Absolutely. That's the fact of the matter.
We're not talking about social issues.
No.
We're talking about a freaking raccoon
on the back. I can't. Yeah. I'm mad I didn't do this first, Mike. If I would have known this was going to go that viral, I'd have done it a long time ago.
People are already putting the gator on, the raccoon on top of a shark's head. People are already.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the one they posted on ours? Basically, the raccoon was on the gator, and he said, "Rodney, did you see this? Zoom in really close." And there's a little alligator on the back of the raccoon. So,
awesome.
What are you going to do?
That is awesome.
This is infinite possible. There's going to be memes on it forever. I'm surprised we didn't get the Brian Williams picture saying I was there. I'm really surprised. I'm disappointed no one put that up there. That would have been the first thing I thought about,
That's awesome.
I was there. So,
well, we're not going to have time to talk about.
No, we're not.
We can save that for. We'll talk turtles next. Is it still turtle season next week?
Oh yeah, it's for the next 2 months.
Have they hatched yet?
No.
When does that go down?
Right now, they're coming up on shore building nests.
Okay.
So the hatchings will be actually some were building nest in mid-May, late May. So they're the gator. The gators. See, you already got me on it. They'll start hatching from this point. Literally every full moon is the best time to catch them. On the full moons, get out there on the beach. Okay. And remember, turn your flashlights off. You're going to get in a lot of trouble if you don't.
Well, let's go in depth on that next week then.
We'll
talk some turtles.
Man, let's definitely do it.
I got a good way to kill 5 minutes if you want to.
I'm in.
This is a quiz. I like the outdoor quizzes.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely in.
But this is a little different type of thing. It's not a right or wrong. It's which type of gun best suits your personality. It's a personality test for you.
Bazooka.
Yeah. So, so it says, look, we all know you've been wondering for quite some time about which type of gun best suits your personality. Don't worry. We often ask ourselves the same question. So help out the needy masses. Our research team has put together a quiz to more effectively facilitate firearm to personality matches. Personality. Already. I'm going to ask you some questions, Rodney.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions. Matter of fact, I'll put it on the screen. So
my daddy said I was a pistol.
You are. Oh, there you go. Case closed. Okay. So, what is your favorite type of magazines you use in guns? Let's see.
That's your choices?
Yeah, these are your choices. So you should say out loud what those are.
Well, if I could see it.
Oh, you need your glasses.
I can't see it. Yeah, I need my glasses.
Why are you putting on your sunglasses? That helps.
Well, they're eyeglasses. Banana clip.
Okay. So there's a polymer. They're light and duty. A Bakelite. Yep. Nothing beats a steel or aluminum.
Steel.
I like them long and tubular. Magazines. I'm a clip man or woman. Well, wait a second. You need to actually reload this thing. I thought it came with unlimited ammo. Which are you?
I'm the steel is good. Top right one. Nope. Go back right there.
You're a steel guy. Okay, here we go.
Steel guy.
Question number 2. Which type of car are you most likely to own? Honda Civic, Chevy truck. I can answer this one for you.
Okay.
Tesla Model S or a semi-truck?
Okay, you're probably the Chevy truck.
I was going to guess the Chevy truck. Okay, here we go. What's the minimum level of accuracy you look for in a gun? Minute of man out to a good distance is pretty much all I need. Minute of man. Okay. I need my guns to be able to knock off the hair of a horse behind at 500. A horse's hair. Let me do this again.
Yeah.
Maybe you should read them. I need my gun to be able to knock the hair off a horse's behind at 500 yards.
Right.
Or you just put the crosshairs over the bad guy or the alien and the gun does the rest. And I'm no bench rest curmudgeon, but I like to be able to readily hit the bad guy on a hostage target between 100 and 200 yards.
I like number 2, number 500 yards.
You're hitting the hair off the horse's behind. Now we get political. What do you think? Who do you think should be the next president of the United States? I don't care, as long as it's a Republican. Who cares? Same game, different name. A Democrat, please. Or a hyper-advanced Al that's capable of wisely managing all human affairs.
That's ridiculous. That's a tough one. Let's go Republican.
You're going to go as long as it's a Republican, okay? We're almost there, Rodney.
Right on.
Which type of game do you frequently hunt? Big game, small game, waterfowl, or I don't hunt?
Let's do waterfowl in this case.
I'm going to do waterfowl in this one. Which is most likely to be
40.
Your caliber of choice? Wow, you're jumping right to the 40, okay? I got a 45.
Yep, let's do that one.
That one? Okay.
They don't have my 40, okay.
There was no fill in the blank on that one, was there?
No.
Okay, what do you look for in a romantic partner? I don't know how this ties in with...
Don't make me go there, Michael, because I'll do it.
What do you look for in a romantic partner? Faithful above all else, a classic beauty with down-to-earth personality, someone who always has your back when times are tough, someone who can adapt and change with you, someone who will love you no matter what you have done to upset them, or a supermodel with expensive tastes. Stay away from that last one.
Okay. Let me go with the behind. Stay by your side, man.
Really, not a classic beauty. I don't want to sway your answer. You can pick the.
No. I want to stay by your side type.
Okay,
because you can do some dumb stuff as long as they're by your side. You got dumb stuff back up right there.
Always has your back, or someone who's will love you no matter what you've done to upset them.
But they're kind of one of the same. Always got your back.
Always got your back. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, we're calculating. We've made
right
it to
on.
the end of that fiasco.
About
okay, you got the Remington 870, a classic and reliable shotgun, just like the 870. You're adaptable, but lean toward traditional ways and methods. You can do a lot with what the creator, Chance, gave you, and you like to try new things.
I own 2 870s.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's pretty accurate. That's a pretty accurate test.
Interesting.
Yeah. I did yours, Mike.
Kind of weird, but oh, you did? What you
answered? It says you were the Super Soaker 2000.
pretty accurate.
Yes.
This thing's got it nailed.
I got you, dog. You're definitely the super soaker, my man.
Well, that's a test off the Outdoor Hub. I'll post that link on the website.
Definitely. That'd be
I'll post
cool,
it on the
man.
website if somebody
Absolutely.
wants to.
So check that out.
So really, so you are a Remington 870 kind of guy, huh?
Yeah, definitely 870. I've had all the automatics, the Bonellis. You know, I've paid up to $2,500 for the fanciest of fancy, and I've taken them hunting in every direction, done all this thing. If you're a gun collector, that's a great gun to have, but I am not. I'm a functional kind of guy, and there's nothing like dropping your shotgun in the lake and it being $350, still dragging it out and shooting what you hit at.
Yeah, wow.
You know, versus the $2,500 one that, you know, keep your gun clean. The oldest 870 I got's over 30. The youngest one I got's probably around 15 years.
Wow.
So, you know, it's a reliable. It's been around for a long time, and it remains unchanged. I mean, I could literally swap the parts out in 15 years apart. You can't do that with most other guns.
Yeah.
You know, they're constantly improvising. Now, there's a lot of great shotguns out there, but definitely, you know, the key is just hitting what you're shooting at. So, yeah, my gun collecting days are over. So that high dollar expensive stuff can stay on the shelf. I got to use mine. It's got to be functional.
Well, you've got your Remington 870. I've got my Super Soaker. We're ready for
We are ready
for battle.
We're ready for witches and zombies, big dog. You beat a witch. What's the witch hunter? Squirt her down. She'll, I'm melting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out. See it.
Yeah, I got your back.
Zombies or witches.
Got your back, man. Well, it has been a busy week and a fun week.
It's going to be busier.
Yeah, summer's here, so it's definitely time to get outdoors and do some diving and some fishing and some hunting and some gator catching and some coon gator riding.
I want to ride a gator. You know what? Just to give you a heads up, email us your questions.
Yeah.
Even if it is guns. If you have, I've owned hundreds of guns through my lifetime. I've spent lots of money on lots of guns. If you have a gun question, handguns, shotguns. I've owned probably 30 handguns in my life and shot every one of them. Basically, put them all to use.
Yeah, we're gonna have a gun episode coming up here. I think we're gonna try to get Mr. Schulteis in.
Oh, right
Is he
on.
still around?
Yeah, he's still around. He's eager to get on the show.
Okay.
He's been hounding me about it, so it'd be a great episode.
Yeah.
So definitely, you know, but don't hesitate to ask us. I'm pretty savvy to this kind of stuff.
We like that because these questions actually, some of these, I usually filter the questions, but most of them are cold turkey to you. So you're answering them off the cuff. And
yeah, I haven't even seen him yet. I'm always amazed at how awesome these questions are. It's absolutely amazing.
You do great.
So
send them on.
There you have it. As my mom said 18 million times, and I pray I get to say it half as much. You kids get outside and stay.